as well as venting a lot of the frustration that I was feeling at the time. And that was it. That was the whole purpose of that. But that video has gotten such an incredible reaction that it has led to more people subscribing to my YouTube channel, my Twitter page, my Facebook page, my Patreon page, and all of these content creators, former producers from Channel Awesome that I had no contact with, be it because they were unaware of me or they just, at the time, chose not to reach out to me, to finally make contact with me. And it's amazing. I joined Channel Awesome to get more viewers, perform for more people, expand my horizons, get more resources, and collaborate and meet other major internet video producers. And strangely enough, ironically, that didn't happen until I left the website. Yeah, it's insane. Anyway, so yeah, it's a victory that I finally got over 100,000 views in a video, but it's bittersweet, because while I am so happy that the video got the response that it got, on the other hand, it has also inspired a lot of negativity. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people feel bad for me. There's still a debate going on because there's still people that support Channel Awesome, which is okay. That is your opinion. And my video gave those people that do not support Channel Awesome a lot of ammunition during those arguments that they keep having on Facebook and Twitter and other social media. So, in lieu of all this negativity, suddenly I came across a video that reminded me of what our purpose is as content creators, as internet producers, as former Channel Awesome producers. Our purpose, in my opinion, has always been to take the negative and spin it into a positive. We take a bad movie, a bad cartoon, a bad video game, a bad comic, and we make fun of it and make you guys laugh about it and help you guys get over the badness of those things, the bad experience that you had with those things. And for a minute there, amidst all the melancholy, I forgot that that's what we always did. That's what our purpose is. That's what we provided for you guys, an escape, a respite from the badness. But one producer did not forget that, and that is the brilliant and lovely and talented Mars Girl, who posted this hilarious parody of one of the songs from Hamilton, detailing the whole situation. See, that's what we do. That's what we do. We spin the negative into a positive, and I love it. And I told her so, that was excellent. So in this video, I plan to follow her example. A few fans have already done so. More specifically, super fans Jeff and Melissa also did parody songs about the whole situation. Very funny, very clever, very talented. I will include the links to the Mars Girl song and those two songs in the description box if you guys want to check it out. And if you want to just skip this video and go check that out, I won't be insulted because it is really good. I highly recommend it. So to follow Mars Girl's example, I want to put out something positive out there. Spin this into a positive. However, I don't have the time, nor do I possess her amazing talent. And so I can't do anything close to being as cool as what she did or what Jeff and Melissa did. So what I'm going to do is I am going to read this letter, this blog post from somebody who has supported me throughout the years. But before I get to that, I want to dedicate a portion of this video to thanking a lot of people, okay? starting with all of you. If you're new, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the party, pal. If you've been with me from the beginning, if you've been with me throughout all these 8 years that I've been the Blockbuster Buster, the 2 years that I was on my own, and the 6 years that I was with Channel Awesome, if you've been with me through the good and the bad, thank you. Okay? But more importantly, there are people that I need to thank because one huge major misconception that came from my I Quit video was that Linkara was the only producer to ever speak to me from the site. That's not the case, okay? Just to be very clear, I cherish and love my friendship with Lewis throughout the years. It's wonderful, and I'll never be able to thank him enough for reaching out to me and helping me out all those years. But the difference between him and the other Channel Awesome producers was that he was the one giving me information, and he was the only one considerate enough and forward-thinking enough to realize maybe Erod doesn't know these things. Let me check. Erod, do you know that this is happening? Oh, I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know. That's why I highlighted him, and that's why I kept mentioning him in the previous video, and left out all these other people that were also kind to me. But I did not mean to imply that he was the only person from that site to talk to me or who was nice to me, all right? So I would like to take a moment to thank every single producer that reached out to me and spoke to me before this whole debacle went down. Every great now and then, when I would go on Skype to try and reach out, generally these would be the people that would answer back. And again, just to kid around, just to be funny, just to exchange opinions on things, that sort of thing. It was never professional. It was always super friendly. With Linkara, it was both. Anyway, so these are the people that were always super cool with me. Nash, we would discuss Doctor Who every great now and then. He was one of the first people to accept my contact request on Skype. Bennett the Sage, who was having a shit day when he first spoke to me, but he modified his mood to be friendly to me. That is not easy to do. When you're having a shit day and suddenly you run into somebody and you have to be friendly, you have to be nice, it is not easy to change your mood, but he did it, and I appreciate that. One of the nicest guys on the face of the earth, Sci-Fi Guy, who was the first person from the site to ask for a cameo from me, awesome guy. Welshie, who you guys were under the impression hated me, but didn't. He would pick on the Blockbuster Buster in his videos, but he would always ask for permission. While Welshie is a dick in front of the camera, he is a gentleman in real life. One of the best people I know. Film Brain, wise beyond his years. One of the coolest, funniest conversations I ever had about Pirates of the Caribbean was with him, where he was pointing out how the movie was marketed towards children, but it opens with a mass hanging that concludes with a child being hung at the gallows. And I agree, he was 100% correct. And we went on and on about that for a long, long time. And of course, mi ídolo, Angry Joe, who one of the first videos that I ever produced for Channel Awesome was one where I did really crappy, terrible impersonations of all the people from Channel Awesome. And I was told that before I did this, I needed to ask every person that I was going to make fun of if that was okay. No problem. I made sure to ask everybody, and the first person to respond was, of course, Angry Joe. And not only did he give me permission, but he encouraged it, and he gave me tips of how to impersonate him and make fun of him the best. He was also the first person to give me feedback, first producer to give me feedback on a video. After that video came out, he said, I saw it, I loved it, thought it was hilarious. He also did a cameo appearance in my Top 10 Hispanic Heroes episode. Check that out. That video was very popular. And he was going to do another cameo for me in an April Fool's video that I did, where I reviewed a video game instead, but unfortunately he was too busy and he was very apologetic, and he gave me permission to have one of my characters, cartoony, impersonate him. And after that video came out, he once again messaged me and let me know, man, I saw the video, I saw the parody that you did of me. I loved it. Thank you so much for including me. So yeah, those were the people that, like I said, every great now and then when I would go on Skype asking for help, looking for other souls out there in the channel awesome ether. Good Lord, I need to learn to speak. These were generally the folks that would respond, and Linkara as well. But Linkara would always go, hey, how you doing? What do you think of, the Green Lantern movie? Oh, by the way, this is happening at Channel Awesome. That was the difference. Anyway, so I don't hold any grudges against anybody else for not sharing information. Again, it was not their job, and it wasn't Linkara's job. And before I get to the main point of this video, and this will work as a transition into that, I would like to thank non-Channel Awesome producers who were insanely supportive and helpful throughout the years, namely Jerry Nava, a.k.a. Film Renegado, mi hermano hispano. Renegado, one of the absolute best content creators on the internet. Super proud that we're both Hispanic. Always a big fan of his stuff. He guest starred in my top 10 Hispanic videos at the same time. I wish we could have done more together, but we could never come up with a good idea. We could never figure out a way to be in the same location at the same time. But I'm still open to that, Jerry, if you still want to do it. And the other person, which is really important, this guy reached out to me before anyone, when I was nobody, when I only had 10 fans, all right? And that is one of the most talented guys on YouTube, somebody that is hugely respected in the horror community, John Sheehan, a.k.a. Ormsby, the mad scientician. I deeply respect this guy, deeply admire him. When I went to start doing my series of horror movie reviews for Halloween, a must was to include cameos from Ormsby, and I reached out to him, and every year he would say yes. No matter what was happening in his life, no matter how busy he was, he would say yes. And every year the cameos would get longer and more elaborate, and every year he would say yes. I hated that we didn't do anything together this past year, but we're going to change that this year. John, if you're watching, expect an email from me because we're putting Ormsby in this year's Halloween Havoc. It will happen. So this leads me to the main subject of this video. Somebody who now officially that has classified as a non-Channel Awesome producer for some time, but used to be. Somebody who made a huge difference in my life. So when I first started producing videos on YouTube with the aspiration of getting on Channel Awesome, I was really eager, and I had so many ideas, and I was so desperate to connect with another producer from the internet to collaborate with, because not because I wanted notoriety or fame or some kind of a segue into Channel Awesome, but because I wanted to learn from them. I wanted the opportunity to get better. And my dad always says the same thing. If you want to be the best, seek out the best and learn from them. And that's what I was trying to do. I would send out emails, to the Nostalgia Critic and Spoonie and Linkara and Obscurus Lupa and everybody that I could think of. And out of all those people, this was the one person who responded. And this was extra special for me because this individual has always been my favorite content creator.